Okay, so Jacob, I'm so happy
Hello.
you're here. Jacob Anderson. Or wait, do we have Raleigh Ritchie? Who am I talking to today?
You're talking to both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. So for a lot of people, they may know you as an actor, part of Game of Thrones. They might know you from the acting world. But, you know, you got soul, you got music.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So when did this start for you? Because honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So when was music your first love or acting, or how did this work for you?
I thought, like, I really just, I like to make things. That's like my favorite. I just like to make stuff.
Right.
And there's lots of different ways to make stuff.
Right.
But yeah, music, like I've been making music since I was at school. That was like when I first started.
Okay.
Because I wasn't a massively like academic kid.
Right.
Like I wasn't very good at math. I wasn't very good
Neither was I. Don't even worry. That's why I'm here right now doing this job, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is why we do what we do.
Is it left brain?
Yeah,
Is that
we're
left
completely
brains?
just, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I would spend most of my lunch times just like we had like a music block in my school, so it was like just a building where like an annex kind of thing.
Okay.
So I would just spend my lunch times in there just using the equipment that they had. But like we'd do music lessons and I wouldn't understand any of it. Like
Right.
I was like,
All right.
what's Baroque? I don't know what that is. And now it's interesting to go and look at that like
Right.
music history, but at the time I wasn't interested. They had Cubase and keyboards, so I was like, cool, I might as well use this while it's here.
Exactly. And it helped out. So Time in a Tree, I saw it on your Twitter. What does this mean?
Time in the trees, like I feel like it's an old saying. It might not be.
Right.
It might just be
Is
like
it
a
one of
thing
those
that
sayings?
I heard from other people, but it's I like as far as I know it, it's
Right.
like an old saying, just meaning like time, like in like green space, like time in a field or like a beach or whatever. It's
Right.
like time away from. Like you live in the city, you
Right.
know what it's like. You can exhaust yourself
Right.
by it's noise. It's just time out of noise. And a tree as well, it's like it's somewhere in between the ground and the sky. It's like an elevated point where you can exist in
Right.
like you can exist in a grounded place,
Yeah.
but you're also a little bit up from it. You're a little bit away from it.
And where are you at right now?
I
What space? Where are we at?
Right now I'd say I'm somewhere. I'm like on a branch just above the ground.
Okay.
I'm like at any point I could probably like just
Kind of
point my toes down and touch
the floor.
I'm not exactly in the tree
all the way
but
yet.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to be ultimately?
No, I want to be up in the leaves.
All the way in the leaves.
Yeah, just at least for a little bit.
Ali, you need that break.
Yeah.
It's important. What is it going to take for you to get up to those leaves?
Probably like self-esteem and I think like I have to find a better sense of like self-worth and self-love. I think that's
important.
like it's so important.
It
And
is.
I don't think it's a thing that I think people neglect a lot.
Right.
Because you feel like you have to be on the treadmill all the
Right.
time. Like you see other people and you feel like they're like going past you and
Right.
you've got to like keep up. And actually I think the best thing is just be like, I'm okay with me.
Right.
I'm all right in my own company or like the company of people I love. But I'm like always worrying about what I'm doing next.
See, that's confidence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're very confident in what you're doing, your journey, because this industry, and I feel like now with times it could play tricks on you. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking on social media, you're thinking, and like just day to day people who are comparing themselves to social media, which is a fake situation for the most part. You know what I mean?
Dangerous. It can be dangerous,
Very
yeah.
dangerous. So for you, how do you balance the two? Do you give yourself a break from social media? Do you care about social media?
I feel like this might age me, I don't know, but like I remember I'm the generation that like remembers when there wasn't like internet wasn't like a readily available thing. You didn't have the internet on your phone when I was growing up.
Okay.
Or like when I was like a teenager.
Okay.
So like I I can like go without it if I need to. I feel like that's always just been a part of it for me. It's like I can take it or leave it, but it's very easy to. It's designed to like get in our heads, right? It's designed to.
Yes.
It's like a game.
Yep.
Like,
and you're addicted, right? Because then you're hitting refresh. You're trying to see how many likes do people care about what you're working on, and I think it's so dangerous.
I was watching,
when you're dependent on it.
There was a thing I watched the other day about like the design of Instagram. Like, and Instagram's great. It's fun. Like, I like seeing like, you know, how different people see their day or whatever, or how they see their life. It's really interesting, but it's like the actual interface of Instagram's designed like a slot machine. So when you pull it down and it does that little boop thing.
You are 100% right.
So it's like gambling. It's like there to kind of hook you in. Exactly.
What I do love about the internet, though, is that the abundance of exploring new music, getting to know people, you know, and their different creatives. Like for you, you know, good amount of people might not know that you make music.
Yeah, sure.
So what do you feel people are going to take away from your album?
I don't know. It's really hard to like know what other people take from
or
something
what are you
that you
hoping?
make. But I hope that if anybody's kind of like is experiencing the same kind of thing that I'm experiencing at the moment, which is like I'm just trying to work out like where I fit in all of this. Like the world is crazy.
It is.
At the moment.
We were just talking about this. It's crazy. And where do you fit?
Yeah, like it's surreal. Like I was watching this morning. I went to the movie theater. I watched Sorry to Bother You. Have you seen that?
Not yet. I need to.
So like I was watching that film and it like I had like a bit of a crisis when I came out. Like I loved it, but like I couldn't get it out of my head. Like it really made me think about like what my part is in all of this, what my responsibility is, what is everybody's responsibility to each other.
100%.
And that's a lot of the stuff I'm thinking about at the moment. And hopefully, I guess because other people, I feel like it's quite a universal thing that we're all trying to figure this stuff out. Hopefully, in me figuring it out, it might help somebody else even just a little bit to figure out where they're at as well.
How is London? Because I've never been there. Like I said, I've always heard like more horror stories about going out that way. It was more like you got to be careful. It's, you know, there's racial tension out there. But you're from London.
I'm from a place like outside of London.
Okay.
It's called Bristol, but like I've lived in London for 10 years. So
how is your area where you're from?
It's like a greener London, but there's a lot of racial tension in Bristol because it's like a slavery port. Like it was one of the biggest importers of slaves in the country.
Wow.
So it's like and it's still there, but it's not talked about.
Wow.
I think that's a thing without like
that has to bother you.
Yeah,
it's not talked about. That's crazy.
No, of course it does. But also like the names of places in my city is like there's some streets, like there's a road called Black Boy Hill, White Ladies Road, like and a lot
Jacob,
of places
I don't know if I could go out that way now. I don't know. I'm kind of.
But it's not. It doesn't feel like that. But I think that's maybe like a thing a little bit in the UK that we are starting to go into a little bit, and I think we're starting to talk about it more because of what's happening here.
Right.
That like in the UK, like we were saying before, like we don't talk about Black British history, so it allows us to not discuss racism, or it's like it doesn't exist if you don't learn it in school. So you have to you have to educate yourself, really. And it's not until now that I've started to read more and I've started to like listen to people, talk to people about this stuff, that I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of things about my childhood that like weren't cool. Like,
right. It starts connecting. You're like, you know what? I felt weird when I was a kid, and now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an interesting time.
But I think in terms of like London being a safe place, or anywhere in England, I think it's like anywhere, like any city you go to in the world, any town, anywhere you go,
right?
Like you have to be careful in certain places. You have to be, and it's not even the places that people say, like when people are like, oh, don't go to the hood, like here or there. It's like sometimes it's because like it's not the hood you need to worry about. Like,
facts. Real.
It's other places.
Right.
Especially, like, I think
it's like corporate that you need to watch your back with. Right?
They can be the most dangerous places to go if you're brown.
It's yeah, man. It's crazy for sure. So do you record your music mostly out there, or have you connected with other musicians that you want to work with out here? How's it looking like?
I do most of it. I record out of London, but I've worked with Soundwave and DJ Dahi, and I've worked with a few people in like over here, not in New York actually, but in LA.
LA is different than New York. We're just having, I love the weather out there, don't get me wrong. And I'm originally from the West, so I'll always be cool. But I love New York. There's something special about the energy, the people. Who do you eventually want to...
you guys have seasons as well.
Man, listen, with global warming now, I don't know, Jacob. It's looking kind of funny out here.
It's a bit weird out there at the moment.
It's weird. It's getting worse. Everything's just one big mush all year round.
Yeah.
Who do you really want to collab with as you grow?
It's really, like, I always find that question really hard because there's loads of people that I'd love to work with.
Right.
But I always like take it as like, it's like on a song by song basis. Like, there's songs that I'll make and I'll be like, I can instantly hear somebody else over it. Right. It's normally like a flow thing. It's like, I can hear somebody's cadence over this song. But in terms of like producers, I'd love to work with Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott's like...
Oh yeah, he's
on
just
a different
wavelength for sure.
Yeah, I think Tyler's like...
Tyler is a good one.
He's I don't know if he is over here, but like in English, he's very underrated.
Hey, well, he is underrated. I agree.
Underappreciated, I think.
Underappreciated for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're such genius. I think Tyler doesn't care to play the game when it comes to the industry.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm like rooting for him, like, yes, this is great.
But also, like, I feel like you listen to his music and it feels like somebody just like trying stuff.
Right.
But like, it's obviously really well thought over, but it's like there's like just method to his madness.
Right.
And you
like that. You like the creative. Well, because you are a creative person, so you can appreciate that differently than, let's say, somebody else who likes math. Right, that crowd.
And like no shade to people that like math.
I wish I knew how to do math really well. By the way, for the record, I just wish. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about acting, and I thought I saw online that people were hating on you when you got the role for Game of Thrones.
I mean, people
or doubting you or whatever everything. It is. You know?
Oh yeah. I get a lot of like hate because I'm not a bicep dude. Like I'm not like a big like gym guy. Like I go to the gym occasionally, but I think because I'm not like buff people are like he's not a warrior, but I'm like he's a eunuch. Like he's also there's dragons. It's like
why are you worried though?
Yeah, like, he's quick and he's brave.
And that's all that matters, right?
Exactly.
If you could get away.
Yeah.
But in general, how did that work? How did that role come about? Was that something that you auditioned for? Okay, so you were already interested into the storyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'd seen the first 2 seasons because I had friends that were in it already, so I watched it for them.
Got it.
And I loved it, but I kind of never thought I was like, I'm not ever going to be in that show.
Right.
So yeah, when I got it was weird. I got cast in the show the same week that I signed my first record deal, which was a weird because I was like, oh, I just need to focus on like music now. I'm about to sign a deal, and then I got
a phone
call,
and it changed your life.
Yeah.
When did you realize being on the show that your life has now officially changed? And you're just like, okay, it's popping. The show was big. People know me. It's weird. I'm sure it's still weird for you because you come off very down to earth. But do you remember a specific time that you realized, okay, things are going well?
No, I think that's my problem. I think that's what like we were talking about at the beginning. Like I haven't quite had that moment yet where I'm like, oh, just look around and just enjoy it. Just enjoy like where things are and enjoy how crazy my life is sometimes.
Right.
But I can't do that because I'm always like I'm like, I could be doing more.
Of
Could be
course.
doing this. I'm like,
of course.
you know, there's always another thing. So I probably haven't had that moment, but I'm still not used to like I'm kind of like I walk around, I like have music on and I just walk around. I keep my head down and just go about my day. So I still find it weird when people like stop me in the street and stuff. I never know what to say.
I could see this though. I could totally see this.
I don't. But it's really nice. Like I know that like it comes from a nice place.
For sure.
I'm not good like that.
Well, because you're not Hollywood. You're not that kind of guy. You're not. You're just I'm
not very Hollywood.
Like at all, right? Do you remember your most memorable moment on the show? That you're just like, man, that made me feel good, or that meant a lot to me.
There's like whenever I do like a fight, like a big fight scene, I always feel really good because it's tough. It's like learning a dance, but like a really complicated dance where you could and probably will get hurt. But I shouldn't and can't say very much, but there's things this year that I was really like proud of.
Okay, so this is good. I like this energy. I was gonna ask you. Any expectations for the new season? Because listen, man, we've been waiting.
Do I have any expectations?
Yes.
I know.
Well,
what
for
happens.
us. Well, I know you can't give us spoilers, but anything we can look forward to that's public knowledge that is okay to be shared with, because our commitment to the show is a lot. Do you know what I mean? Imagine that.
No, I know. I know what you mean. But I think
it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good. All I can say is, you can look forward to the show coming back. Like, it's definitely coming back.
It's worth our time is what you're saying.
Exactly. It was worth the wait, and it's worth the time.
It was worth the wait. That's so important. And savor it,
because there's, like, fewer episodes this year.
Oh, no, don't tell me this. We've been waiting a whole freaking year.
I know.
Just think about that kind of success. That's like, I wish I could put a product out that's so powerful that even taking a year off, you're still going to come back and want more.
You could. Maybe you will.
Man, listen.
Don't put yourself down like that.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm trying to think. Well, it's such a good storyline, and I feel like it's so well put together, and you could tell that there's so much effort behind it that I just love to see a show having so much quality. Because with all the different platforms now, which I'm happy about, because a lot of people are getting different looks, but at the same time, I feel like quality isn't as appreciated anymore. Yeah. So when you see a show that cares, it's like exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool.
It is. I know exactly what you mean. It's like, it's great to see something where you're like, this feels like an event. Like, it feels like everybody's putting everything into it. Like, from people that make it to people that watch it, and like, they're like, I'm not going out on Sunday. Because I'm going to stay in and watch this thing. Like,
that's that
but
commitment.
I think it's like spreading around. Like, I think there's a lot of shows like that now, and there's going to be more. Like, there's only going to be more.
Is there a show that you absolutely love that you enjoy for yourself?
Yeah, there's loads. I watch a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm an introvert. I don't go out that much anymore. I'm just sitting and watch TV.
Any favorites?
I'm excited that Insecure is coming back. Like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's
Insecure's
like, for me, that's like event television. I'm like,
oh, this is so cute. I love this.
Issa's Adventures.
I love this so much. Have you ever met Issa?
No, I haven't. I'd be almost like scared to meet her.
No, I've heard great things about her, and I feel like if we put the energy out there, I'm just saying, you could possibly
work on something.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be an Insecure.
Right.
But I don't know if there's a place for me in it.
Man, listen, we can make a place. Don't you like how I'm saying like I'm part of it? I don't know anything. But I'm sure they could make that happen. Now, if you had to come out with a classic album or be part of a blockbuster that turns into a classic movie, and you had to pick one, which one would you be a part of? I know it's a tough question, but here's this moment, and it's looking you in the face. It's like the time that you got a record deal and then you got the call to be on Game of Thrones.
That's a really hard question. Because I've watched a lot of films in my life. So I did when I was a kid. I'd be a part of a classic album, I think, because you can take an album with you anywhere, and you can get into a like a classic.
Yes.
At any point.
Yeah.
Like whatever mood you're in. You can't just like always put a film on. I mean, you could, but then you'd have to watch it like on your phone.
Right.
And then it wouldn't be quite the same. Like I'd say an album.
I think music is special. I think it's just, it comes from your soul. You could talk about anything. And I feel like there's a certain freedom with music that necessarily doesn't always translate on film.
You can't listen to a movie.
Right.
But you can watch an album. Like
right.
you can like sometimes I think like when I listen to music it like brings up images.
Right. Yes.
And it's like it works on a few different levels. Whereas
isn't that powerful?
Yeah.
That's crazy when you really think about it.
Yeah.
You're able to come up with your own vision while listening to music.
But like you must get that a bit, right? When you
that's why I love music.
Yeah.
It's like I literally when I'm listening to a song, if it's Beyonce, I think I'm Beyonce in that moment. And I have like a full idea of what's gonna happen in my head. But I feel like music is just, it's special. And the fact that you love it so much, I think is really awesome. Do the other actors on Game of Thrones know that you're talented in music? Do they ever catch you singing?
They know I make music. I don't I don't know if they think I'm talented or not. I mean, like,
of course they have to. What if they don't?
No, they do. For ages, nobody really said, like, no one said anything about it.
Right.
And then the showrunners came to. I did a show in LA last year at the Troubadour, and they showed up and did like. I didn't tell them I was doing the show. They must have just found out, and that was really nice.
That's nice.
Like people are really supportive. Like yeah, they tell me if they like stuff. It's nice.
I love this. So what? Emilia likes to rap in between breaks. I saw that they were saying Emilia Clarke likes to rap songs. I didn't know.
Emilia knows every word to my neck, my back. Like she could sing it. She could do it backwards. And
Stop.
I know.
Yes?
Yeah.
I love this right now.
I would not have expected that. She's got her taste in music is amazing as well. She's like put me onto stuff that
you just weren't.
Yeah, and I thought I was like, I know everything. I can find everything. And she's like, so have you heard this? And she doesn't like push it in your face and be like, sometimes when people are like a bit smug about showing you music. Yeah, she'll just be like, oh, have you heard this? Just yeah. She's got great taste in music.
That's crazy to me. Yeah. I would have never thought. I think it's always nice to see actors, be so into music and vice versa, because you're just like, damn, I didn't know that you're really into music like that. Who's an artist that you really appreciate their music that's influenced you?
It's hard to pick one.
We'll do three.
Do three.
Three musicians that have influenced you musically.
Okay, so Kanye West is one of them. College Dropout, like, changed my life.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that was...
Yeah.
Classic.
I'd never heard anything like that when it came out. Music Soul Child.
Yeah.
It's got to take one of those spots. And David Bowie would be my third.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough with David, man. It hasn't been right since. But
I know.
It hasn't.
It was like, it genuinely feels like this. It feels like Prince and David Bowie leaving was like the world just feels a bit off.
Yes.
Like I know there's not an actual correlation, but like I think if you're someone that really loves music, there is something weird about thinking about like such influential people not being in the world anymore. Like it just it sounds weird, but I relate when bad things happen now. Yeah. And there's so many bad things happening all the time.
All the time.
Every now and then I'm like there's like
it's weird.
Some energy.
It's a
like
weird
missing.
energy. You know what? When Michael Jackson passed, I felt like a family member passed. It was the same with Prince and David Bowie because they're such legends, and their art was so part of like at least my life. That's gotta be what every musician would love to happen with their music, right?
Yeah, but I think as well, like musicians comment on like the state of like where we are as people at a given time, even if they're not specifically talking about like social issues or like political issues. Right. The way that they talk about how they feel or whatever has a lot to do with like the context around them.
Right.
And so like they do have like an influence. They have influence.
Yes.
Like those really special
Sure.
artists have influence on the time that they exist in.
And it's so crazy how one song can make you feel like, damn, I went through that, whether it was love, pain, happiness, or joy. That connection that you have is powerful. When we hear your new album, are we going to hear experiences that you've gone through?
Yeah. That's like the only way I know how to write. Like
Right.
I only ever write from a personal perspective. Like I'd like to be able to have the like empathy skills to to just like have a conversation with someone for 10 minutes
And then
like,
be able to write about it.
Yeah, but
Right.
I can't. I'm like, I spend a lot of time in my head, and that's like that's the way that I get out of my head, is to write about stuff. And one of the best things about putting music out is that then you meet people that listen to something you make, and they're like, I feel like that.
Yes.
And you're like, what? You felt exactly that same thing.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah. And it's a connection that you've made, and
Are you in love on this album? Not in love? How does this look like for your personal life? Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
No, you in a relationship?
I'm getting married this year. I'm very much in love, but it's weird. It's like, because I think it's really hard to write like an album of love songs when you're happy. Like I think it's quite hard to write happy songs. I realize this. Like I think sometimes my girlfriend has felt like a way about like you rarely write songs about like how
good it is.
We are like, and I think it's because I don't have that. It doesn't hurt. Like it's something that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Whereas like I normally write things about things that hurt because I want to get rid of them. But so yeah, like I'm sure in ways, again, because of the thing I was saying about context, like the fact that I'm in love like feeds into stuff, but maybe not specifically.
We need some good love songs out here. This world is crazy.
That's my mission.
Do you know what I mean? I need one where you feel like you're with your ride or die, and it's like just you and her against the world. I feel like we need that, especially times now.
I've got a song. I mean, I'm saying this now, maybe like when the album comes out, if someone's watching this after it's out, they'll be like, what happened to that song?
Yeah.
But I've got a song called Squares that's like about that. But like let's just be squares. Like let's be boring.
Yes,
together.
Let's stay home and watch Insecure and just cancel anything. I hate going out. I am a homebody, so I like my boyfriend's the greatest, and I just love doing nothing with him. It's like the best feeling, and I don't know what that translates to music, but I wish more people felt love like that. I think the world would be a better place.
But we also we are like often like fed like ideals about love, or like
Facts.
And like unrealistic ones.
Yes.
Whether it's about like it's just everything's always really great all the time.
No.
Which is not. Or it's like yeah, we need to just be crazy and like do things. Yeah, that's kind of why I wrote that song, because I was like, there's not enough songs about like sitting on the sofa with someone that you love, or like just doing nothing with
just chilling,
with someone.
being mad regular.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's fine. We're gonna get like deliver some food and just do nothing today.
Exactly.
So what is the alter ego with the different names? Where did this come about?
When I started to like sing my own songs, because I didn't originally have any like designs on like singing. I just like writing songs, so I'd try and get other people to sing, and then when I started singing my own songs, I wasn't confident enough to like have my own name attached to it. I was like, I needed something to hide behind, so I had like a bad. I was called JB Love back in Bristol, but like I was listening to like J Love and Music Soul Child, and like I mean like Erica Badu's, it's her real name, but like you know, I was kind of going for that. Like I was listening to basically just Soulquarians. I was listening to all those acts, so I was like, it's accepted. If you're making neo soul, you can be called JB Love. Yeah. But I grew out of it.
Okay, so you were done with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have you seen the Royal Tenenbaums? It's
no.
Okay, so it's a film that I really love, and so my name is made up of Bill Murray's character in that film.
Okay.
And Luke Wilson's character in that film. And like they're both kind of characters that I could identify with on some level in that film. But also I just thought it sounded good. Like,
Yeah, no, it
like
sounded
it worked
good.
for me. So yeah.
And I was like, I wonder how he came up with this. That makes sense. What's their characters like in a movie that resonates with you? Which aspects?
Like Raleigh is like a proper overthinker. He's kind of like, I'm not saying like I have to show myself a bit of like self-love. I mean, I don't think I'm pathetic, but but he is in the film, and he's just kind of like they're both in the film. They're both just kind of like broken people that are like trying to either like fix. Like Raleigh's trying to fix everything, and Ritchie is like kind of trying to destroy everything. And
it's so
and
great.
at the time that I came up with that name, I was kind of in those two spaces where I was like both trying to like fix my life and
destroy it,
burn it down. So that's why.
I love that. That's perfect. I love this. I am so happy that you took some time to hang out with me today because I know you're busy and you're going back to London.
I am, yeah.
Any other shows or anything that we could be looking out for until your album comes out? And do you have a name for the album yet?
I've got a few names for it.
Okay, got a few.
But like I feel like I'll know when it's finished. I'll be like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
You're creative. No pressure. I love seeing creatives work.
I don't want to do like a Kanye and give you like 4 names and we don't know. And then it's never called that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that to us. Don't do that.
Travis Scott, Astro World stayed. That stayed.
Surprisingly.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
He probably thought about it for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love it. The artwork for it is so good. Right? The
Have
little like theme park.
Have you seen the meme where they've put
What is the meme?
They've put Travis Scott's head from the artwork onto Squidward's house.
I can't right now.
I know.
Oh, the internet's always undefeated.
I can't believe they did him like
but
that.
Of course they would. Anything else we can catch you on or look out for?
Until the album, I don't know. I don't know when Thrones is coming out. So, but I'm in. There's a film called Overlord that comes out in October that I'm in. Actually, I can't say.
Okay.
but yeah.
But there.
Like you'll see my face in it.
Yeah. I like this.
At least I can promise that.
Jacob, don't forget about us when you go to London.
I would never forget about.
I mean, I know we got our problems out here in America, but you know.
We've got our problems too. We've all got problems.
We all gonna have problems together.
We'll work through them together.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
Of course.